you can probably tell, I got in trouble today. Yep. Check it out. It's a Dell Dimension 5150. I'm not quite sure what all it has because I have not powered it on yet. We're going to see. Now this doesn't quite fill me with confidence, but it's possible that, you know, that's just something that was there. I did take this apart to make sure that there were, I didn't take it apart, I took the case off so then make sure that there were nothing grossly wrong with it. And it does not appear as though that is the case. You can see it is designed for Windows XP with a Pentium 4 hyper-threaded processor. It is also quite dirty, but that is not quite what the point is. I paid $20 for this when you factored in all the taxes and things. This DVD drive right here is definitely not original. There's no way that this would have come with a Sony drive. I might have a better drive I can put in here. I don't really need... Maybe I can put another one in there. I will be putting a floppy drive in here because I've got one, and I don't need to take the one out of the stream encoder just to put that in here. As for what my plans are with this, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use it for yet. It'll really depend on, A, whether or not it works, B, whether or not if it doesn't work, if it's fixable easily, and C, if it actually will work for what I want it to work for, which is a very clumsy way of phrasing that. But I'm going to put the camera down, and we are going to get ready. I don't have a monitor hooked up, but I do have a power cord. Because it certainly is not like that when I put it down. But let's see what happens, folks. The light's dimmed. Ooh. Aww. I thought it was going to auto turn on, but maybe it won't. It is silent. Hard drive came on. It's probably waiting for a monitor. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to hook up a monitor and we'll see what we got. Well, that's an in-ideal setup, but I'm going to have to use the CRT to do this because I don't really feel like unhooking this in order to get to a point where we've got things usable. Because this thing is actually a real big pain in the butt, and I'm looking forward. This is actually, if everything works out, this is going to replace that. So we'll see how this goes. On comes a CRT. I've got a keyboard hooked up. This ought to get just about every YouTube user on the internet up in arms right here. But I figure that if this thing doesn't work, I'd rather not trash good parts. Oh. That's actually a joke in case you didn't get it. Let's plug it in again. Have a listen. I'm going to put the camera down. I'm sure you'll probably be all complaining about the fact that I'm not using a tripod, but what do I care? It just snapped. I don't know, does it stay on this time? Did it stay on this time? Something tells me the answer is no, it did not. Okay. Oh, now we got an error message. I think I broke it. Well, it's working, folks. Yep, there we go. Dell. Keyboard failure. Floppy diskette seek failure, but it is booted. Alright, so let me go hook this all up and we'll take a look at what else we've got. I mean, we've got cobwebs, I know that much. But we'll take a look. I'll probably put it all back together and then put it back up here and it'll start working again because that's usually my luck. But it hasn't exploded, which is beneficial. Alright, power number 3. Looks like it's working. Oh, I forgot to hook up the keyboard. Oh well. There we can see Dell Pentium 4 hyper-threaded keyboard failure. I'm aware of that. Let's hook up a USB keyboard here. Just this one. This one's fine. You have a caps lock. You have a caps lock, so we'll press F2 to get into the BIOS, and yeah, here we go. Dell DM051. BIOS version A07. So I'm going to have to check and see if there's a later BIOS for this thing. Processor information, Pentium 4, 3.0 gigahertz. So it's a little bit less advanced than I was hoping for, but I can certainly make do with that. I've got other processors that I could probably put in here. 1 gigabyte of memory. Probably end up upgrading that. I think I've got some DDR2. Is that DDR or is that... not DDR2, okay. It's been a while. Well, it's only been a year since I worked on something like this. But, is the date and time correct? 7:50? Well, it's a little bit off. It's 7:11 right now, actually, so the time's wrong, but the date is correct. Boot sequence. Okay, we'll select our drives here. Diskette drive. I'm going to turn that off for now, because it doesn't have one in it. I will be enabling that later. We do have a single SATA drive, 160 gigabyte Seagate drive. That's not on. This is on. We got a Sony DVD-RW drive, and that's not on. I guess we only have one parallel ATA controller. SATA. RAID Auto Detect or ATA. I wonder if this thing supports serial ATA. Onboard devices. Integrated NIC should be on. That should be on. That should be on. Primary video should be fine. Video size should be fine. Hyper-threading should be on, and it is. Speed step. Usually people turn that on. I'm going to leave it off for now. Hard drive acoustic mode. I'm going to put that on to performance. Security. I don't think I need to change any of that. There's no passwords enabled, at least not as far as I know. That is correct. AC recovery. System powers on after AC power is restored. I usually turn that to the last known power state. Whoops. Oops. Well, I'm screwing everything up. Auto power on should be off. Auto power time, I'm going to ignore that. There's our suspend mode and all of that. I don't know if I'm going to change that or not. There's a service tag. There's our event log. We could see that, wow, it was last cleared in 2006. I wonder how old this thing is. I suppose I could probably look at the, fast boot is on. Well, usually I turn that off, but I'll leave it alone for now. Numlock key, leave that alone. Those should be on. Keyboard errors, report them. And we can now hit escape. I'm going to stop the video because I don't know if there's anything on the hard drive. I'll see if there's anything, but I'm probably going to erase this thing tonight and be done with it. So I'll stop the video because I don't want to show. There could be all kinds of stuff on here. I have no idea what's on it. And I want to respect people's privacy, even though they donated it to a thrift store. It's basically open game. I don't do things like that. So I'll come back. If there's nothing on it, we'll see what I could do with it. And maybe I'll come back later, or a couple days after D-Ban has had its way with it. Windows Vista? Oh no! I can't believe somebody installed Vista on this thing. I think that's Vista. It might be Windows 7. It's just not displaying the logo. We'll see. I'm certainly not going to continue recording. It might crash. It displayed a start Windows normally or enter safe mode or whatever. It displayed that. That's usually not a good sign. It is thrashing the hard drive though, like Vista usually does. Uh-oh, we're getting somewhere. I'm sure you can hear that. It is grinding like it was making coffee. And I don't even like coffee. Dell. Well, I don't know how much further we're going to get than this, but I could take a look at the ports while I'm waiting for that thing to start up. We've got a modem down at the bottom. Just a normal modem. I'm probably going to pull that out. I don't really need that. It's got 4 slots, but only the bottom 2 are usable, and then this one, of course. The bottom 2 are PCI, and then there is a Radeon X600, I believe, in the upper slot. It's got DVI on it, so that's pretty cool. We've got 5 USB ports, Ethernet. Unfortunately, it is legacy-free, so it is a weenie modern computer. We've got a no plug over top of the onboard video, which tells me that it had a video card from the factory. And we have got, of course, the surround sound setup. Microphone, that is a line output, and that is a line input. I'm not sure what these two are, though. I'm not well versed in surround sound setups. Does have a standard Dell power supply. I'm not quite sure what it's rated for. We'll have to take a look inside later. Even though I've already had the cover off, I haven't really looked into much. And it looks like we've stopped again, so I don't know if it's going to get any further than this or not. I'm not sure I'm really in a hurry to do anything. I might see if there's anything useful on the hard drive, like music or something. I'll keep music, but I won't really keep anything else. Because, of course, I'm interested in people's privacy. And obviously, Vista is totally useless, so it's going to get removed from here anyways. Alright, so obviously, as you could tell, I gave up on it. I'm not going to wait for Vista to load, but I do want to boot something in this video, so here we have an Ubuntu 12.04. Yes, I know that's not the latest version. No, I don't particularly care. So we'll fire it up again for the 4th time. And I'm going to have to press the F12 key. Oh, I did get it in enough time. Go to onboard or USB CD-ROM. Hopefully it will boot into Linux. But I'm not going to keep my hopes up because Linux generally does not work properly. So we'll see what happens. If this drive actually even works or what. Oh, it's supposed to be purple, but I guess it's not showing up as purple on the CRT. It's just black. That is certainly interesting. Alright, I'm not sure if it's going to do anything further from this or what. I guess I have to press the enter key. Except there's only one problem. I have no keyboard! Oh, there we go. Oh, now it's complaining at me. What a piece of crap, seriously. Well, let me get some other distro, because obviously this is not going to work. Well, it is doing something, I think. So maybe I'll just let it sit there for a bit and see if it actually does work. Either the DVD drive is bad, or the CD is bad, or this OS just will not run on something like this. I don't know. It could be anything, really. Well, that definitely worked out in my favor. Oops. Yeah, I don't think that disc works. I don't know if that was the drive that did that, or what. It's not very encouraging. I'm probably going to have to replace this DVD drive. Not that it really matters. I don't need a DVD drive, and I've got a CD-ROM I could put in here anyways. It's probably in much better shape, so we'll see what it does with this disc. Wrecks my freaking disc or what. So I don't know how I'm going to reboot this. Usually you have to press the power button. I would prefer not to do that. But it doesn't have a reset switch. Okay, let's fire it back up. F12, USB CD-ROM. It's probably in the process of busting my drive here. Whoa. Boot the live system. So we'll try booting the live system. At least we got a menu this time. Wow. Some nice graphics there, but whatever. I don't really care about graphics. I'm not putting Linux on this thing. I'm putting Windows. And I know that's probably going to result in a lot of nasty hate mail, but I frankly don't care. I'll run whatever I want on my computer, and you can run whatever you want on your computer. Who paid the $20 for this thing anyways? Hello? Alright, anyways. Enough of my yakking. Let's see if this thing actually boots and if I can get something usable out of it. Alright, so we got something. Oh wow, the mouse even works. Holy crap. I know, I'm probably a little bit too excited for this. Let's see, Windows wireless driver, since it doesn't have wireless on it. Let's see, preferences. I want to take a look at system information. Can I do that? I don't think this has got any sysinfo stuff on it. Actually, I want to mount the drive so I could take a look at what's on that, if anything, and then maybe I could get a last used date or something. Alright, I'm back, and I've got a little bit of a spiel for you people. Not that I'm sure you haven't already heard it a million times, but I'm really surprised at the number of people who continue to do this, and I'm surprised that it's not more of a problem than it is. But whenever I am working with somebody to help them discard an unwanted computer, I always tell them, and I always help them erase their stuff. Because there are a couple of reasons for this. Number one is you have no idea who is going to be the next heir of your computer. In theory, if you toss it out on the curb, the trash men will be the next heir of it, and they'll just destroy the thing. But you have no idea. Scrappers exist. They go around picking this stuff up. And if it's got data on it, they could take that data and use it for all kinds of stuff. If some criminal gets their hands on this, there's like resumes, there's images, there's photos, there's like budgets and all kinds of stuff on here. Looks like my camera's almost out of battery, but all kinds of stuff. And, you know, if somebody was not nearly as diligent about deleting data, then could have a problem on our hands. But anyways, I think that's enough of that. You know, you get the idea. There's not much on here. I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to run H.2, and then I'm going to run dban, and that will do it for this part of the video. I'll probably make a separate video once this thing's already done, because I don't want this to turn into an hour-long epic, because frankly, I don't really think that that's really worth anybody's time. That is some nice graphics there. Wowee. Looks like it's obscured the message to eject the CD, too. Remove the CD, close the tray, and press any key to continue. Alright, let's take a look at our H.2 settings here. I wonder what that is. I'm not sure, but this is the hard drive. Looks like we are okay. Every test with write can cause a loss of data. That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted the smart menu. Let's take a look at information. It looks like we've got 17,665 total power on hours. Running at 38 degrees. It is time for the main course. dban. This is a DVD, so we'll get to really test to see if the DVD drive works on this thing. Bet you ain't ever seen somebody do that before. Well, you probably have if you've been working with this stuff for long enough. Alright. Control-Alt-Delete. Command-Alt-Delete? Why is it not Control-Alt-Deleting? Hold on. This is the delete key, not this. Here we go, folks. USB CD-ROM drive. I'm not sure if I'm going to replace the drive or not. Probably will not. What I'm probably going to do with this system for upgrades... Alright, press to enter in interactive. Let's just enter interactive mode. I could use the auto nuke feature, but I'm just going to do it my way. And hopefully we will be ready to go with the erasure routines. Holy boot process. And the camera just ran out of battery, so I guess that's it for this video.